YouTube, what's happening? It is Saturday, April 5th, and we're going to talk about MLB first because, as usual, on Saturday, there's a bunch of day games. And then we got afternoon and then night. So I believe we have pretty much everybody playing today. You can see the schedule before you. So we're going to go through all these games. But first, as always, let's do a little recap of yesterday, shall we? We took these 8 plays, and we can see Cannon hit the ER easily. Fetty got just rocked. He only had 1 strikeout. Whatever. You have bad days. McGill hooked us. He had 4Ks. Keller, easy over HA. I think he had 8, 9 at one point. Marte did not hit there. The Dodgers finally lost the game, but Edmund came through with a home run. So, hey, we'll take that. And lastly, Bobby Witt did the HR thing too. So we went 4-4. What can you do? That's not good, not bad, not great, not amazing. So, but we survived. That's the main thing. We move on to the next day. No deposits being made. That's what the main goal is here. The goal ain't to get rich. The goal is to keep our money in our pocket. That's what we do here. So we survive the bad days. We celebrate the good days. We move on to the next day. So you want the plays typed out, or if you want access to the spreadsheet, we're so close to baseball, or baseball's ready. I need 10 games for everybody. All you got to do is go to HQ. That's it. So simple as that. So we have all these games. We're going to roll through each game, see if we can find some value, and try to make some money today. So let's go ahead and jump to that first game right now. All right, first game is going to be the Chicago White Sox in Detroit. We see it is currently 220 for Detroit. 7.5 is our total. Let me just pop over and just show you this schedule so you can see the right standings. 2-5 for Chicago, 3-4 Detroit. Cool. Let's go to props. We got to pull our pitchers up. We got Reese Olson going up against Davis Martin. So let's go ahead and pull and break down these 2 pitchers, and then we'll look at the props and everything. So once we get to the 10-game mark, I will be adding a lot of hit props usually, or they'll be mixed in. I'm still going to do 1 play a game at most. So we're not trying to go too crazy, just trying to make it work. So 4-8 last year for Olson with a 3.52. Let's look against righties. You see how Chicago was against Reese Olson historically. 1 for 10. 1 for 10. Damn, dude. Benintendi, what are you doing? Basically not good. That's all we see. Just not good. We'll swap the numbers over. We got Davis Martin, who was 0-5 with a 4.32, going up against Detroit. You see how he was against Detroit. They had a little bit of success, but not much. Torkelson's 1 for 10. And dude has been kind of a letdown, hasn't he? Just a little bit. So nothing's really standing out. Both pitchers seem to have some success against righties. That's how Detroit was last year. So there are your stats. Let's break down the props real quick. We look at last 10 so we can see all the end of last season, which matters, and then obviously the start of this season, which matters even more. So Reese Olson's first game of the year was against the Dodgers, and he gave up 4 earned runs. Not a good start, but it was the Dodgers. I mean, they finally lost. So did the Padres. There's no more undefeated teams. So let's look at the strikeouts. His number's 5.5. He hit 5 against the Dodgers before that. He wasn't even close. So if you want to take some play, I mean, there is probably juiced up because it is the White Sox. I don't know. That's one of the things I need my sheet for. Team strikeouts is a big factor. Nerfies, all of that's on the sheet. So excited. Next week, it'll be ready. Next week. That's hurry up. Let me hits. Yeah, all over the place. So let's go to Davis Martin. Martin strikeouts. We can see how he did in his last 10. Only had 2 in his first game of the year against the Angels. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Let's see. Let's pop over to earned runs. Nothing's looking good in this one. Obviously, Detroit, you would probably would think is better, but pitcher-wise, I don't see any advantages. I don't have any batter stats. I'm not just going to blindly bet a minus 220. So for me, what we do around here is smart. We pass if we don't have a solid value play where we look at that and go, that makes sense. So there's nothing there. We pass. Next game. All right, game 2 is going to be Houston and Minnesota. And we got Minnesota 125 at a 7.5 total. So let me pop over, show you the actual records. 3-4 for Houston, 2-5 for Minnesota. To the props. Who's pitching? We have Orbera versus Spencer Arrighetti Spaghetti. So we'll start with Orbera. First, actually, let's start with the matchup first. We jump to the props because I think I know what I'm taking in this one, but let me show you. 12-9, 398, 172. Ober has not done well recently, but against righties, you see how Houston has done overall last season, and you can see how they have done against Ober historically. Altuve has a home run against him. Come on. Then McCormick has a home run. You see the records. Let's flop. Arrighetti is going out there for Houston, 7-13, 4.53 last season. Here's Minnesota versus righties. They like righties. Arrighetti. You can see how they done. There's some it's one, maybe, not much data here. So the main thing though is I'm looking at this. Ober has not been good. He got tagged for 8 against St. Louis last time out. So yeah, wasn't exactly the best day for him. He did hit his strikeouts though. No, he didn't. Who was that? He did not hit his strikeouts. He doesn't. It was his hits he hit, right? Yeah. I had his hits. Yeah, he went over on his hits allowed. So he's been kind of struggling, isn't it? Over 1.5, and he's averaging 3.7 in his last 10 outings. The only two games he did well was KC. If you remember this from last year, KC was just anemic on offense the last month of the season. They couldn't score no matter what they tried. So that is actually that doesn't count. You can't count that. So yeah, you can see. I think I'm taking the over here. Let's look at strikeouts. I'll show you everything so we can say we had it. That's not looking good. Nothing promising there. We go to hits. Could be promising 4.5. So we need Houston to get 5 hits off this dude. Hell, I trust them to give up 2 earned runs for I trust to get 5 hits. That might be 2 home runs for all we know. Let's go to Arrogate Spaghetti. What you got for us, buddy? We'll start for the strikeouts. That's his main thing because he was a strikeout machine for a couple games last year. 12, 13, 11. Kind of tailed off at the end, but you can tell he probably got tired a little bit. Makes sense. 5 against the Mets. Mets don't strike out that much, so it's not surprising. So we go back up to the hits. We can see he gave us hits. He only gave up 1 hit against the Mets. Pretty good. Can't complain. Earned runs, only 1 not bad start. So he looks pretty good. I already don't like Ober, so already leaning Houston to win the game. But Houston's plus 110 on the road. I think I'm going to go Ober over on the earned runs. I just can't overlook this. Literally 8 out of 10, and you can't count KC because KC couldn't score against high schoolers the way they were playing that last month. They were pathetic last time. So, yeah, I'm going to take over 1.5. What better? Over 1.5. Earned runs allowed, and we're going to bounce to the next game. Game 3, San Diego, the recently defeated San Diego Padres versus the Cubs. And we can see it is 118 for the Cubs with a 6.5 total. Let's look over at let me show the records. 7-1, 6-4. Somebody's made it 10 games finally. Good job. I need to get everybody before I get the numbers crunching out. So, but good job. At least one team's there. Let's go to pitchers. Matthew Boyd, Nick Pivetta. Let's start off with some matchups, shall we? 2-2, 2.72 with 39 innings last year for Boyd against lefties. San Diego does not like lefties. Just like we said yesterday, San Diego does not like lefties. They lost the game. So it's just continuing this year. So against Matthew Boyd, you can see how they've done. 167 is better than his season average against lefties because they don't like lefties. There's certain things that just to stay the same. You'll see the trends throughout this. Watch for the next few weeks. You'll see certain things start formulating. That's like, whoa, this is going to be like this whole season? Yes. Yeah. San Diego will do good against lefties. Boston will strike out a ton, and Colorado's going to probably suck still. So it's just going to happen. Flip over to the other side. Pivetta was 6-12 with a 4.14 against the Cubbies. You can see how the Cubs do against righties. And Pivetta, home run. 250 and 28 bats on a home run for Swanson actually feels kind of bad. Feels like it should be better. So let's go over here to these. Let's see. Why did it go way back here? That's fine. No. Pivetta, let's just do this. Earned runs. Got a little better at the end. Strikeouts. You can see how he's done. Hits. Looking better. What's outs? We do outs? Not bad. That was 6 point. Whoa, that was 7 innings right there. Okay. Not bad. And then we need to go back from Pivetta. We need to go back to Boyd. Let's go to Boyd real quick. Strikeouts 5.7 in the last 10. You can see what he's done. The number's 4.5, but it's against the Padres. You don't take strikeout props versus the Padres. You just don't do it. So you're going to lose money on the season if you do that every day. Just telling you right now. Hits allowed, not bad. We could take that. Earned runs, we could take that. I don't like to be honest, to be frank with you, I don't like this game. I don't like it. The pitchers are good. I don't have batter data. All we know is San Diego kind of struggles against lefties. That's all we know. So that doesn't tell me much. San Diego lost. Kind of want to see how they do after the first loss of the season. So, and yeah, I'm going to pass and watch next. All right, Arizona, Washington's up next, and we have Arizona 126 in the row. The 9 is our total. Let me show you the records: 5-3, 1-6 for Washington. Good job, guys. To the props, let's go to pitchers. Today we have Mitchell Parker going up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Let's look at the matchup, shall we? Start with Parker, 7-10 with a 4.29 against lefties. You see how Arizona has done, and against Parker, you can see how they've done literally 1, 2, or 3 at bats. That's just a game. There's nothing there for us. So we flop sides. We go over to Eduardo versus Washington, 3-4, 5-0-4. Washington versus lefties. You can see the numbers there, and then against Eduardo, you can see 286 and 7 at bats, 2 for 3, 571. That's what, 4 for 7. That's nothing crazy. 3 RBIs though. For low. That's not bad. 1.2 OPS. That's what you want to see. Good stuff. But nothing too crazy yet. You'll see, they'll be crazy eventually pop up. You're like, ooh, that's crazy. So far, this isn't none of it. So, 4.5 strikeouts. He averaged 5.1 in his last 10. 5.5 hits allowed. He has averaged 5.5 5, so literally nothing there, but he's got a little bit better too. So, and then earned runs 2.8 in his last 10 games, 2.5. So we don't want to touch nothing with Eduardo. To Mitchell Parker, though, strikeouts 9 out of 10 times. He's hit 5.1 on a 3.5 line. Arizona ain't San Diego. I was just like, what? And head to head, yeah, he faced them one time last year and he only had 3, which is what they're basing this line on most likely. So, last 20 games, you can see he averaged 4.6. Last 10, it was 5.1. Last 5, 4.2. I think I'm going to take Parker and just see if he can get his 5 strikeouts because he seems to get it against damn near everybody. It feels like Pittsburgh, Miami, New York, Colorado was higher, Philly was higher. That all makes sense. Mets were the kind of outlier here, which the Mets just roughed them up. That makes sense. So let's look at hits real quick. Yeah, nothing stands out for hits. Earned runs, not bad, not bad. So you could say Washington probably win. You could, but I'm gonna say Mitchell Parker to get strikeouts. Hopefully, he doesn't get just rocked, but we'll take it. Parker over 3.5. Yeah, sure, why not? 3.5 Ks works for me. Next, Dodgers. Phillies is up next, and we can see, where is it at? Right there. It is Phillies favorite at 110. It's a pick 'em basically. 9 is our total. Let's go over to the schedule. Let's look at the, not the schedule, spreadsheet real quick. Show you the records. 8-1, no longer undefeated. 6-1, pretty good. So let's pop over to the props. Who's pitching today? Aaron Nola, Aaron versus Roki Sasaki. So we pull those both up. We do the matchups. We'll start with Nola because he'll actually have data. We know Sasaki won't have anything probably. 14-8, 3-5-7. Dodgers versus righties. You can see how they did. Dodgers are still good overall, just not. Yeah, they look like they might be better against lefties. Against Aaron, historically, there's a lot of data here. Conforto is 163 and 43 at bats, 0.48 and 21 for Muncy, 350 for Buki with 2 home runs, 2 home runs for Hernandez. So you can see who's good and who isn't. So you could potentially take an HR prop or hits or even home runs if you wanted to. There's options here potentially, but let's pop to the other side, which we're not going to have anything, but we'll look. See, nothing against Sasaki, no history, but we do have like Philly versus righties. That way we have some data we can look at, so you can see the numbers there. So not much to look at. Aaron strikeouts last year. You can see his last 10 games, including this year's game. He is averaging 7.1. He had 8 against Washington. His number's 5.5. That feels low, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel kind of low? I get it's Detroit. I get it's the Dodgers. I get it. Last time when he faced him, he had 4. Before that, he had 9, both last year. So he's shown he can do it. He's at the Dodgers here, but he's at home today. So him at home, he did 9 last year. So I like this. We go hits, we go last 10. We can see he has been a little erratic. He gives us some hits. That's just what he does. He gives up a few, but he does get those strikeouts, which we want to see. And earned runs, yeah, he gave up 5 earned runs to Washington. He lost, but hey, hell, that was the Phillies' only loss so far was this game here. So, but I mean, dude's a beast. We know this. There's nothing new here. So Sasagi's up next, and we're not going to have much data. I can't click on nothing but this season, obviously, because it's his first time. So he's had 2 games. One was in Japan. Start the season. So we have earned runs. He has 1 and 2 strikeouts. He has had 3 and 2. He hasn't gotten the form yet. 1 and 3. I'm not seeing it. I think for this play, I'm going to go for the Aaron strikeouts at 5.5. It looks pretty good. What's the odds on that bad boy? 130? Sure. We're going to go 5.5 strikeouts next. Yankees and Pirates are next, and we are sitting on Yankees 162 favorites on the road. 9.5 is our total. What's our records looking like? 5-2, 2-6. Cool. Let's go to props. Who's pitching? Marcus Stroh versus Bailey Falter. So let's look at these 2 dudes. You're probably wondering why I haven't looked at a total yet, because we haven't had 2 pitchers be even really awesome or really bad. That's when I look at my totals. And then I compare it with my hits, and yeah, nothing's really stood out yet. So we're going to add more totals once I get my sheet. Once I have my batter sheet, it's going to be so much, it's going to be game changing. So for me anyways, 8-3, 4-4-3 for Falter. Let's go against lefties. You see how the Yankees are doing last season. This season they're obviously doing good against everybody so far, but against Falter historically, Chisholm is 2 for 4 with a home run. Goldschmidt's 429. You can see the stats there. Judge has never faced him, but hell, Judge home run props probably even money right now because dude just keeps hitting him. He can't stop hitting home runs. Let's see. Pop over Stroh versus Pitt. Stroh was 10 down with a 4.31 against Roddy. You see how Pitt was last year. Pretty good. Can't complain. Good. Lots of green numbers. Against Stroh, historically, they love facing Stroh. My God. 750 with a home run. 4.44, 9 at bats. 2.73. 512 for Tommy. 500 for 10. Okay. See, now we're talking here. This is one of those games where everybody's like, oh yeah, Yankees all day. It's like all of a sudden Stroh comes out and gives up 5 earned runs. You're like, what the hell? And all of a sudden now you're potentially hitting over because now you're like, okay, can Bailey Falter not get just destroyed by the Yankees? Because now what's the total we're sitting on? We're sitting on 9.5. I can see the overhit here. Let's go to props though. Let's break it down a little bit more. This is one of those ones that could easily go sideways real quick. Falter's earned runs are at 2.5. He is at 3 in the last 10 games. He only gave up 2 to Miami. It was Miami. Yeah. But 2's good. You want 2. If I was a team, I would want 2 or 3 tops, nothing more. I'm okay. I'm okay with 3 in today's era. Yeah. Strikeout wise, I would never. I'm not touching his strikeout props. Not a thing. Sorry. Him for hits, maybe, but he has a stretch where he's what 5.7 average over a 5.5. Not feeling that. I'm still feeling the over. Let's go to Stroh. I like Stroh. Let's see hits. Let's go down on hits in the last 10. You see he's averaging 7 hits a game in the last 10. That ain't good. That ain't good. 4.5 against a team that is doing well against him historically. I wouldn't know. If anything, hell, this looks good now. Over looks good. Stroh hit looks good. What about earned runs? Let's take a look. You see what he's done in his last 10. You see he's given up runs to these teams. I can't head-to-head it because he hasn't done it. If you can go last 10 and see he's averaging 3.3 runs per game allowed, and 2.5 is what his number is. So I think I like hits better, but you could take earned runs and then strikeouts. I never touch Stroh in strikeouts. I mean, he can get 5. That's about the much he can do. So I think in this one, I'm just going to rock the over. The over feels like the right answer. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Hopefully that's just not indigestion. Because who knows? I'm taking over 9.5 next. Baltimore KC is up next, and we can see it is basically pick them slightly in KC at 115 with an 8 is our total record, shall we? 3-5, 3-4, both kind of Figure both be better, but season's obviously super young. Let's go over to the pitchers. Who we have? Waka Waka going up against Tomoyuki Sugano. Let's look at some matchups, shall we? Waka 13-8, 3.35 last year, pretty good. That's why the Royals made an effort to keep him against the righties. You can see how they did last year. Baltimore, that is. You can see the numbers. Against Walker, you can see how they've done. 0.91 for Henderson, 11 at bats. That ain't good. 250 with a home run. 421 and 19 for Mountcastle with 3 home runs. There's one of those eye poppers. I go, ooh, really? 357 and 14 for your eyes with a home run. But no, Mountcastle's the most eye-popping one we've seen today so far. So, and then you can go Mullins, 420 at bats with 2 home runs and a 1.3, 1.4. There's options here. So Waka, some pitchers just struggle historically versus certain people. And yeah, there's a couple there. Flop sides, shall we? Let's go to Sugano. Nothing. And then nothing, obviously. But Royals versus righties last season. There's your numbers if you care. So let's go to props. Waka. So far, I'm kind of leaning HRR prop, to be honest. With these two, I'm going to have to go grab one of them Zubats and just see what they look like. Let's start with earned runs. He is at 1.5. He is averaging 2.1. So pretty close to his average. We don't want to take anything crazy. Strikeouts, he has not struck out nobody recently. He was doing it for a bit, but he kind of stopped. I don't know. And it was 2 games against the Yankees. You don't strike out Cleveland often. Cleveland is up there with San Diego, top 2 strikeouts. You don't mess with that. So that makes sense. Washington is I think they're pretty good at not striking out too. So hits, very consistent. It's what you like to see is consistency, but not that. Sugano had 1 game and he gave up 2 earned runs. He had 1 strikeout and he gave up 4 hits. So we can't trust that. So yeah, let's go back to Walker. Let's pull that matchup back up and let's look at the history again, shall we? So we're going to go to Mountcastle probably, or we're going to go to Mullins. So we're going to pop over to the batter props. The batter props I said. There we go. And we're going to come down here to Baltimore. I had the bats and pitchers separated for things like this to make it a lot easier on me. And let's see who we're looking for. We're looking for the Mountcastle man. There he is. And then we're looking for Mullins. Was it Mullins? I think it was Mullins. It was Mullins, right? Yeah, Mullins. Okay, so we have 2 dudes here. Mountcastle hits. Let's go HRR so I can see what's happening. Last 10 games, he is not doing too well, is he? Over 1.5 is plus 100. And then Mullins, plus 115. But in his last 10, he actually has some success against people. Ooh, how about just to get a hit? Minus 160. Okay, HRR is plus 115. I think I'm going HRR with Mullins. I think that's what I want to do. I think. Yeah, he's been doing these. He's doing better than Mountcastle is. So yeah, I'll take Mullins. He has a good history, over 1.5 HRR, and then yeah, next. St. Louis and Boston's up next, and we can see it is 122 Boston with a 9. Let's go over here and see 4-3, 4-4, kind of mid. Pitchers, we got Palante going up against Richard Fitz. So let's look at these two. Palante matchup. Nope, we're gonna start with Fitz. 0-1, 174, only 20 innings for Fitz last year against righties. You can see how St. Louis does, and against Fitz, you can see nothing. You get nothing. I hope you're hungry. St. Louis versus Boston. Palante 8-8, 378 with 121 innings last season. Boston versus righties. You can see how they do pretty well overall. You can see a lot of high twos. That's what you want to see against Palante. Well, not much data. There's not much here. There's a home run for Story, but that's it. No real data. So to the props. All right. So last 10, we got our strikeouts, very average, 4.6 on a 4.5. Can't trust that. Hits, 4.7 on a 5.5. Maybe under hits. If you wanted to touch that, you could. Earned runs, 2 on a 2.5. No. Let's go over to Fitz. I'm getting updates on Bello for some reason in his rehab in AAA. I don't. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Don't care. Like, all right. Strikeouts in the last, well, 2025. He only pitched in one game. I mean, 2024. Let's do it. Yeah, he only pitched in 4 games. So I can just do the last 5. We'll see all 5 of his games, the last 2 seasons. So earned runs, last 2 games he gave it 4 and 3. This is this season against Texas. Strikeouts, he struck out 4 and he gave up 6 hits. So I don't like this game. This is no. There's no clear advantage for the pitchers. There's no clear advantage for the batters, it looks like. So it's a pretty even matchup. I'm going to pass. Next. Tampa and Texas is up next. We got Texas 178 at home with a 7.5 total. Let's look at the records. 4 and 3 versus 6 and 2. Texas is doing pretty well. Tampa is mid. Let's go to the pitchers. We got Taj going on. Taj Mahal Bradley's out there today. Let's open him up. And then we got Jacob DeGrooms going out there. Nice little matchup on paper. Let's see how that works. We'll come back to that in a second. DeGrom is 0-0. I can't say it now. 169 with only 10 innings last year. Obviously, this is how Tampa is versus righties, if you care. And this is how they are versus Jacob. 1 for 3, 0 for 1. No data. Even though he's been pitching forever, no data. Let's see. Swap it up to Taj against Texas. Taj was 8-11 with a 4.11. Dude started off looking like a Cy Young candidate. At the end of the season, looked like he shouldn't even be on the majors. It just night and day difference. So this is how he is against Texas versus him. Yeah, Texas done pretty well. 375 with a home run for Marcus, 379 for Corey, 3.325. You see the numbers, decent numbers, not enough data, but the 8s, those are good. So Sager and Semien are both good because 1.19 is pretty nice for an OPS. All right, Taj. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Last 10, he's averaging 5.9. His number's 4.5. Yeah, I made decent money on him last year on his hits over, his earned runs over. He got a little better at the end. He calmed down. He only gave up 2 to Colorado. It was Colorado. Let's pump the brakes now. And then we got his strikeouts, which is 7. He still struck out 7 Rockies. Not bad. Not bad. So you could take something like this. I'm particularly more interested in the hits more than anything. And let's go over and look at Jacob. This one's hard because he hasn't done much. So we haven't really truly seen what he can do. Give me this. I can't even get last 5 games. This will be his 5th game he's pitched since the start of 2023 season. So we don't have any data to really work with here. So we're going to have to leave that off. I think I will trust Texas bats, and I think I will take Taj over. We're going to go Bradley. I can type Bradley over 4.5 hits allowed. I'll say over 4.5 hits allowed. I could see them small balling it and just giving up 6 or 7 hits. Yeah. Earned runs. Yeah, no, I'll leave earned runs alone. Strikeouts, it's Texas. No. Head to head, he had 5 last time. How many hits did he give up? Yeah, 5. He gave up 5 hits. So yeah, we'll take Bradley over 4.5 hits. Next. Game 10, Toronto and the Mets. What do we have? It is 122 for New York at home. That's 7.5. Records 5 and 3, 4 and 3. Cool. Props. Pitchers. Bassett versus Canning. Okay. I forgot Griffin Canning's with the Mets and not the Angels anymore. So see, I learn things every day. We learn things. So let's see what they look like matchup wise. Canning 6 and 13, 5.19. Not the best, but hey, not the worst. Against righties, Toronto loved righties last year. This current lineup love righties. They all love righties. Against Canning, we have a home run, but it's Vladdy with only 1 hit and it went far when he hit it. So other than that, the OPS are garbage. Yeah. Well, they like righties though, but him historically not the best matchup. Swap it over. Bassett 10-14, 4.16 ERA. Mets versus righties. There's your numbers against Bassett. Not Bassett. Yeah, that's right. Only 1 home run for Lindor, and Siri has a home run. when he was with Tampa, most likely. So anything else is just, again, not good numbers. If anything, I could take a damn under in this the way it looks. Let's go to props. Hits averaging 5.4, lines 4.5, but doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Walks, we don't, for some reason it doesn't look walks for weird. 4.3 on the was it strikeouts? His number's 3.5. I will never take Griff Cannon be a strikeout dude. Will never will. Earned runs though, come here. 3.3 is his average on a 1.5 against Toronto. Can Toronto get 2 runs off this man? Oh, there's no lines except for the DFS sites. Why? You bastards. All right, Chris Bassett hits, strikeouts, earned runs. Nothing looks good. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. This game's going to be a pass. There's nothing really standing out, screaming, take me. So, yep, next. Okay, next up, Cincinnati, Milwaukee. It is basically a pick 'em with an 8 total. Let's look at the records. 2-6, 4-4. Let's go to the pitchers. We got Singer. I forgot Brady Singer's a Red now. See? Evan Rodriguez is a Brewer. Okay. Hey, the Reds at least broke their drought. They didn't lose 1-0 for the third straight game. They lost 2-3. They just moved it up a little bit. So they got a little offense. Things are starting to look, they might do something. Hey. No, they're not. Oh, buddy. Let's look. Let's pull it up. Singer was woof, but his last game, first game against Texas, was pretty good. This is that man. Remember the good times in Cincinnati when they scored 14 runs in a game? Remember that? Oh, we'll go back to that. Let's do this. We'll start with Singer. 9-13 with a 3.71 last year. Milwaukee versus righties. You can see how they did. Nothing stands out. Against Singer overall, nothing stands out. Again, we swap sides. We go back to Rodriguez. He did not pitch at all last year. Obviously, nothing against. There's no data. Just no data. We can see his history though. Not last year or this year. There's a home run and 3 RBIs for Trevino. Trevino liked facing him. He's only faced him twice and got hits both times on a 4.5 OPS. If you want to take Trevino, you can. Other than that, there's no real data, but we will look. Strikeouts, you can see he's 5.7, 5.5 is his number. That's a pass from me. 5.7 on a 4.5 for the hits. I would normally say yeah, but I don't like how his first start was a good one. So I don't think so. And then we got outs. Pitching outs is always nice. Earned runs. Yeah, see how he was rough, but then he pitched a gem. I need to see how he does. I need to see if he can do back-to-back gems. And then my other one is going to be Elvin, who has no. Let's see, he had 4 earned runs in his one game, strikeouts, and yeah, he pitched 4 innings. So yeah, no. And I don't trust the Red offense. Like I said, it's smart to pass sometimes, and this is one of those ones we're going to keep passing until we get some more consistency. So next. Next up is Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta 230, 8.5. Now, see, what happened with Atlanta yesterday is what I expect Cincy to do eventually. I don't know when, but Atlanta won finally. So everybody's either lost or won finally. Everybody's good. 4-4 for them. Atlanta popped off. They busted out for 10-0 yesterday on a win. So that's what I expect Cincinnati to do. So let's go to the pitchers. Cal Quantrill is a Marlin now. Love that. AJ Smith-Shawver. Yeah, let's go to matchups. Let's look a little closer. Shawver, nothing. Only 4 innings last season. Miami versus righties. You can see this team kind of likes righties, especially like Xavier. He's good against everybody. AJ never faced him. We swap sides. We go to Miami. Quantrill, 8-11 with a 4.97. Braves versus righties. You see how they did. And against Quantrill, you can see they've had a little success. Now, given, yeah, he's 8-11, so that doesn't tell much. Now, there's not many at bats. 8 at bats, 375 is not bad. They all have over 1.0 OPS, which is good. That's good stuff. I can't take anything with AJ. We have one game of information. Like, what am I going to do with the information? He had 4 strikeouts against. He struck out 4 Padres actually. That's kind of impressive, actually. He hit the 4 on that. The hits, he gave up 6, but I don't trust Miami. I will never trust Miami offense. Sorry, this will not. So. Quantrill, earned runs. Now, do the Braves pop off again? Good question. Do they? They could. They should. Strikeouts? No. Hits? I could see him giving up hits. Last 20, he averaged 5.6. That's the right number, though. Earned runs? What about earned runs? He averaged 3.2 on a 2.5. And Braves, I think Braves win again, but 230, I can't touch that. So there's no value in this one for us. I obviously lean Atlanta. I lean Collinsworth to get a little bit rocked, but I don't trust the number. I don't trust the numbers. There's no value. So third pass in a row. There's nothing there for me. Next. Athletics and Rockies. Let's move on to that. It is 115 for Athletics with a 9.5 total. Let me show you some records. 3-5, 1-6. Not surprised by Colorado at all. They're going to be the worst team this year in the entire league, probably. I don't know who the worst AL team is, but they are 100% going to be the worst NL team. They don't care. They just don't care. Ownership is not good. Let's look at this. We got JP going out there versus Marquez. Let's see. Let's do a little matchup, shall we? 0-0-6-7-5. Only 4 innings last year for Jermaine. We got the numbers against righties for, at the time last year, Oakland. This was Oakland last year. Against him, you can see 0 for 6, 0 for 3, 0 for 3. He does pretty well when he faces them. So they have struggled. Swap sides. We got Sears 11-13, 4.38 against lefties. You see how this current Rockies team did last season against Sears. You can see they have not done with it. So we have 2 just terrible matchups, basically, where the bats have not done well against the pitching. Only problem is, did you see how cold it's been in Colorado? It was snowing in the game. The pitcher was sitting there. The A's pitcher was sitting there trying to warm his hand up so he could grip the ball. So now, what is the weather today? I'm kind of curious about the weather. Rockies, A's. Let's see if we can get that. That's 2 days ago. No. Friday, Saturday. 2 to 5 inches of accumulation Friday to Saturday morning. 6:10 p.m. 39 degrees with snow showers. Yeah, under. So we got the bat struggle. We have snow. Are they even going to play the game? I have no clue, but damn it, under, over 9.5. It's 9.5 indoors. I'll take the under. I will test that with the under. Well, I'm down. Let's go 9.5, mainly for the pitchers. That would be the main thing. So, but we'll look at the rest of the stuff real quick. Outs, strikeout, hits, strikeouts, earned runs. Outs is the main thing. He's pretty consistent in outs. And then we go for, he had no stats last year, but I'll show you what he hit this year. 4 strikeouts against Philly. He had 4 hits with 0 earned runs. Pretty good start. Hopefully he keeps up. So we got 2 pretty good pitchers. I'm going to take that under. Hopefully the snow stays away, but keeps it cold so nothing happens. Under 9.5 next. Seattle San Fran. We got 124 San Fran with a 7.5. Let's go over to the records real quick. 3.5, 6.1 for San Fran. 3.5, 3-5, 6-1. I don't know why I said point. Whatever. Oh, man. Bryce Miller's going out there versus Robbie Ray. Ooh, Robbie Ray had up and downs last year, but Bryce Miller was pretty consistent. Can't complain. Let's look at the matchup real quick. Now, pretty soon I can't use these matchups because they're going to have to update to like 2025. So, I mean, I won't use last year's matchups, what I mean. So, 3-2 last year, 4-7. We see how Seattle did against lefties. They were just in the middle. Against Robbie Ray, you can see how they've done. A whole lot of nothing. We got some data, but just like nothing. Only one is Solano with 364. Everybody else is just not good. So, for lopsides, let's go over here to Miller, 12-8, 294 against righties. San Fran likes them lefties better, but this team does have a little more righty success. They're not bad. You can see numbers. Against Miller, nothing. So again, more no data. So outs, strikeouts in the last 10, averaging 6.2 on a 4.5 against San Francisco. I need to know, man, I wish I knew how much San Francisco's swinging and missing right now. Hits. We got 4.5. He's at 3.4 in the last 10 is his average. That's crazy. Earned runs, 1.1 on a 1.5. Yeah, dude's been pretty good. How's Robbie Ray been doing? Earned runs, last 10. I can't even do last 10. He doesn't have 10 games recently. Last 5. Last strikeouts, hits. I'm leaning Seattle. I'm leaning Bryce Miller really more than anything. What's this number here? 2. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, I can't even get good lines on him. Come on. Pass. No, next. Last game, Cleveland and the Angels. You can't see it. We make it where you can. I got you. Don't worry. Here it comes. 148 for Cleveland with an 8.5 total. Let's go over to the spreadsheet. Who's done what? 3-4, 4-3. Nothing new. Let's go to we'll see. Jack K is going out there versus Baby BB. Let's see the numbers. Dude's outs is very consistent. Hell, this might be the play. Unless he gets rocked by Cleveland for some reason, which I don't think he will. I just saw that. I was like, ooh, okay. 2-6 with a 4 ERA, 65 innings against righties last year. This is what Cleveland did. You see the numbers against JK. They faced, Santana faced him twice, 1 for 2. Against Baby, Tanner, 12-8, 3-4-7 against righty. You see how the Angels were, and you see how they are against this Tanner. So not much data, not much results. 1.8 with a home run and RBI for you for 600 and 5 at bats. It's only 5 at bats though. Grain of salt, right? Grain of salt. I mean, I have to go this, right? Why would I take anything else? He hit it last time. He hit it like every game except for this first 2 games. Like, yeah, dude's going to go 6 innings. The hell, he even got to go 6. 15.5 is 5 1/3. That's 16. So if you don't go 5 1/3, what are we doing? Because 18 is 6 innings. 17 is 5 2/3. Yeah. 16, 5 1/3. I love that already. Strikeouts, hits, not bad. He's averaging 5.8 hits on a 4.5. He has not faced Cleveland, and he gave up 4 to the White Sox, which is earned runs. He gave up 2. You know what? Let's assume he doesn't get rocked. Even if he does rock, whatever, I'm taking it. It just looks too good. Jack K over 15.5 outs. PO, pitching outs. PO. And then I'll show you Mr. Bobby as well. Mr. Tanner, Mr. BB. You can see his numbers, earned run, last 10. You can see that. Strikeouts. Yeah, not much lately. 5.5 is his number. He was averaging 4.9. Hits, kind of over the place too. So, yeah, that's it. All the games, we're done. Sweet. Tomorrow is Sunday. Got to come down here for it. I will be back tomorrow. We'll break all these games down Sunday. Again, every one of them I'm playing. That's baseball every day for us. So I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. If you want the plays typed out, because I know there's a lot of games to cover. If you want to type out a nice fancy list, and if you want access to the spreadsheets that are coming out for baseball next week, so you can do your own research, to go check out the HQ. Other than that, I appreciate you being here. And, well, hell, go watch the next videos because basketball's coming out and hockey will be out here soon. So we'll see you then. Peace.